Hello students, in this lecture we are going to work on the measure to practice exercise. Okay, so basically what we have is we have one document that contains text. Okay, so you will have a text like this, and in the other document you will have a set of instructions. So let me just minimize this. So we have another file that has the list of instructions. So what you need to do is just follow the instructions and make the changes as has been mentioned here. Okay, so for your comfort, already you will have the text. Okay, so imagine that text has already been provided to you, and the only thing you need to make is you need to make the changes. Okay, so first and foremost, whenever you see the text file, all you have to do is just change the name to your name and section ID. Okay, for example, if in exam we want to we want you to change the name to your name and ID, then how do you do it? So let's say this was the file where there is text. So what I can do is I can just rename the file. Okay, so how do you rename a file? Just click on the file, right click and click on rename. Okay, so this is how you change the name. So I will change the name to my name. Okay, and I'll put a dash and I will type my ID. Okay, so this is how you change the name of a file. So we have changed the name. So now let's try to follow the instructions and try to make the changes. Okay, so first in order to make it easier to see, I will make it side by side. Okay, so what is the first instruction? So first we need to click on page layout and apply these changes. You want to make it the margins to be these sizes, the page orientation should be portrait, and we should apply it to whole document. Okay, and paper size also we need to change. So first and foremost, where do you make those changes? So you make those changes in the layout tab. Okay, so this is the layout tab. So here in here what you need to do is you need to click on this option. Okay, either you can click here or you can also click on the margins. Okay, and select custom margin. So first and foremost, what are the margins I want? I want it to be 2.5 centimeter and bottom should be 2.5 centimeter. Okay, so once again to show you, you have 2.5 centimeter on the top, 2.5 centimeter on the bottom, and you want 3.5 how many 3.5 centimeter on the left side and 2.5 on the right side. Okay, so how do we change it? So by default, whenever you open a Word document, the size will be 1 inch. So, but we don't want 1 inch, we want to change it to 2.5. So let's change it. Top should be 2.5 centimeter. Don't forget to write the centimeter, otherwise the calculation will be incorrect. It will consider it as inches. Okay, so bottom should also be 2.5 centimeter. And what should be the left side margin? It should be 3.5 centimeter, and right side margin should be again 2.5 centimeter. Okay, so what are the remaining options now? The page orientation should be changed to portrait. See, it is already portrait. Okay, now next thing, we want to apply it to the complete document, the entire document. Okay, so I will apply it to the whole document. Okay, so what is the next thing? Next thing, we want to change the paper size. See, by default in European countries and in some Western countries like US, Canada, the default paper size is letter. Okay, but in European countries and Middle East countries, actually in the North America, they tend to use the paper size as letter, but in Europe and Middle East and in Asia, we tend to use the default paper size as A4. Okay, so let's select A4 from the paper size. Okay, so now everything is selected. Let's just click on OK. So now as you can see, the margin has changed on the left side, right side, top and bottom. Okay, so now what is the next thing we need to do? We need to check the spelling and grammar. So how do you check the spelling and grammar? So in order to check the spelling and grammar of your Microsoft Word document, you need to first make sure that your insertion point or your blinking cursor, you see this blinking cursor here? So this cursor is placed at the beginning of the document. Even if you have done 20-30 pages, make sure your cursor is at the beginning. After making sure it is at the beginning of the document, what you need to do is you need to click on the review tab. Okay, see what am I doing? I'm just following the instructions. Okay, so in exam as well, make sure you read the instructions carefully. Okay, because all the answers have already been provided. All you have to do is just read them carefully and follow the instructions. Okay, so now what do I need to do? So in order to perform a spelling, in order to make sure my document does not have any spelling mistakes, I make use of the review tab, and from here I click on the spelling and grammar button. Okay, so here this is how I perform a spell check. So if I click here, wherever Microsoft Word thinks there is a mistake, it will give you an alert. Okay, so basically here it has identified the word Hafer. Okay, see, Microsoft engine, the Microsoft engine by default it has an inbuilt dictionary. Okay, so what it does is it compares all the words we have written and it will compare it with the inbuilt dictionary. Okay, so inside its dictionary it does not find the meaning of the word Hafer. That's why it is identifying it as an error. Okay, but we all know that Hafer is nothing but a name of a place. Okay, and Batin, Hafer al-Batin is nothing but a complete name. Okay, so we will click on ignore all. Batin also we will click on ignore all. So now what is the next place where it is identifying there is a mistake? Here. Okay, Oja. We know that Oja is not a mistake, it is actually the name of a person. So again we will click on ignore all. And here, so what's the next mistake it is pointing out? It is saying that we need to teach students how to apply computing knowledge. So as you can see here, the word knowledge, yes, here we have actually made a mistake. Instead of LEGE, it should be LEDGE. Okay, so it is a mistake. We identify that it is a mistake. So when we click here, what happens? Automatically that mistake has been corrected. Okay, so next place here also we know that we have made a mistake here. So we will just click on the suggestion and automatically that mistake will be corrected. Okay, here also MS, if we want it to be full, both of them should be capital. I'll just select MS here. Okay, so now we see that all the places where there is mistake, they have been corrected. Okay, so now our spelling and grammar check is complete. So I'll click on OK, and now step number 6 is complete. What's the next step? So now here we will actually do the text formatting. Okay, we want to format how our text is looking. Okay, see, as you can see here, if I click here, I see that the text is, what is the font style? It is Times New Roman and it is 12 size. But whereas in this document, here it is Calibri and its size is 11. Okay, so we want to change how our text should appear to whoever is reading this document. Okay, so how do you make the changes to how your text appears? You made it in this tab. Okay, font, this is called as font group, and it will have a set of commands which will allow you to change how your text is represented. Okay, how your text is displayed. Okay, so now what is the first step? From the font tab, we need to change the size. Okay, first we have to select the entire text. Okay, for the entirety of the text, I want to make these changes. So first, what is the easiest way to select the entire page or the entire document? So you need to go to the editing tab, editing group. Okay, from here click on select all. So if let me just zoom in a little bit. Okay, let me just maximize it for once. So if you maximize, you will see that your select tab is in under the editing group. Okay, from here you can click on select and click on select all. So what happens when you click on select all? It will select everything in your document. Okay, so now what do we need to do? We need to change the font type to what? Simpson. Okay, so I will just go, see, let's assume there is no Simpson here in this list. What we will do? We will go to S and check if there is Simpson there. Okay, PQRS. So in here I will search for Simpson. SI. Is there a Simpson here? Yes, there is a Simpson here. So I will select Simpson. What is the next thing I want to do? I want to select the font size as 12. So I will select the font size as 12. Okay, and see, right now our text is appearing in this color. Okay, let me just select all. So if I want to change the color of my text, how do I change it? I use the font color option. Okay, so here as you can see, whenever we select anything or whenever we even move over anything, the text is appearing in that color. Okay, but what is the color that I want? I want it to be automatic. So I will click on automatic. Okay, so now that change is done. Okay, we have selected automatic, the size is 12 and the font type is Simpson. What is the next thing we want to do? We want to make it justified. Okay, we want to make change to the paragraphs. Okay, all these are different individual paragraphs. So like I showed you before in the previous classes, whenever you want to see which of these lines are paragraphs, just click here, and wherever there is the end of paragraph, this inverted P symbol will be shown. Okay, as you can see, wherever there is the end of paragraph, that inverted. So you see, this complete text is one paragraph, and this is one paragraph, and this is one paragraph, and all these are different paragraphs. Okay, so now let me just disable it. Okay, so now what do I need to do? Again, I will go and select. Okay, and what do I need to do? I need to make changes to the paragraph dialog box. Okay, so here, what is the first thing I want to do? I want to make the alignment justified. So I can make justified here also. So if I select this option, it will be justified. Okay, or I can just click on the dialog box, and what happens here? I can make changes to a lot of items at the same time. Okay, here more options will be visible to you. Okay, so what is the first thing? Alignment, I should make it justified, and the indentation should be 0 before and after. Okay, so indentation should be 0, and the special should be none. Okay, there should be no special indentation, so I will select none. And what is the spacing I want? I want it to be 3 points. Okay, so instead of this I will just manually type it. Okay, see, I will delete it and I will type it 3 points, and after should be 4.5 points. Also, don't forget to write the PT. Okay, it is very important to write the proper denotations. Okay, because in the previous example, if you remember, in margins we use centimeter, here we are using points. So it is important that we use the right unit of measurement. Okay, so now what is the line spacing? The line spacing should be 1.5 lines. So I will select 1.5 lines and I will click on OK. So as you can see, my text and my paragraphs has again changed. Everything is now justified, and okay, and also the line spacing is 1.5 lines, and there is proper spacing between different lines. Okay, so now what is the next thing? So now step number 7 is complete. So what is the next step? So next step is step number 8. Okay, we want to select the paragraph University of Al-Batin and change its font. So these are the changes I want to make it. I want to make it Arial 24, bold, center and blue. So I will select University of Al-Batin and I will make it Arial. Okay, so I will select Arial from here. Size should be 24 and should be bold, center align. See, I don't want more options, so I can just select center align from here. See, this is center align, this is left align, this is right align. Okay, and this is justified. So I can just select center align from here. And what is the final thing? I want to make it blue. So how do I make it blue? I'll make it blue from this option. Okay, so let me just select the blue option. Okay, so now we see that we have changed the how our first paragraph, that is University of Al-Batin, is looking. Now what is the second thing? So we want to select the second paragraph. So as you can see all these are individual paragraphs as we saw earlier. Because this is just one line, what we can do is if we double click on a word, what happens? It will select the word. If we click 3 times, it will select the entire paragraph. Okay, so if you want to select a paragraph, how you can select is click 3 times anywhere in the paragraph. You see now the entire paragraph is selected. Here also if we click 3 times, see the entire paragraph is selected. That is one way, or you can just click on the left side. Okay, see, if I click on the left side, it will select one line. Because this is just the paragraph itself is just one line, it will select the entire paragraph. Here in this case, if you want to select this paragraph with your through the left side, what you need to do is just double click. See, the entire paragraph will be selected. Okay, so this is how you can select the paragraphs. So now what do I need to do with the second paragraph? I need to change its font to Times New Roman, size 20, italic, center and green. So again I will search for Times New Roman. It's already been used once, so I will use it here and I will make it 20. And what is the remaining thing? Italic. Okay, italic I can change it from here. Center, and it should be green color. So where is the green color? I will search for green color. So if it's green, I will select it. Okay, so now it's done. What is the third? So now I need to select 2 paragraphs. Previously we were just selecting individual paragraphs, one paragraphs, but now we have to select 2 paragraphs. What are the paragraphs? PYP 002 and prepared by. Okay, so I will just click here and I will drag it. Okay, so now these 2 paragraphs I have selected. So what do I want to do with these 2 paragraphs? I want to make it Arial black. So if I don't find it here, I can find Arial black here. Okay, and the size should be 16. So I'll make it 16 and underline, center, and it should be red color. So I will select red color from here. Okay, so it's simple. So now what is the next thing we want to do? So we want to select the paragraph table of contents. Okay, this paragraph I want to select table of contents. And what should I do with it? I want to make these changes. Okay, so as you see here, we want to also make the change all caps. Okay, so that change, that feature is not visible here. So how do I change it? So okay, so if I want to see more options, I can just select it. Okay, and I can change it from here. Okay, so I'll use the dialog box, font dialog box. See, you can actually change it from here also to make it, you can make it uppercase, but if you want to see more options, you need to just click on this button. Okay, font dialog box, and from here you can just select all caps. Okay, you can select the underline style. Okay, you can provide underline, and should be Times New Roman. So I will look for Times New Roman, PQRST. So I will look in T. I can select Times New Roman and I will enter the size as 16. Okay, so if in exam I am asking for instead of 16, 15, then make sure just type as 15. Okay, so for now I will select from this options. Okay, and color it has not mentioned, so we will leave it as it is, and I will click on OK. All right. So now as you see, your table of contents is also appearing differently. So now what is the next step? So now I want to insert a page break. Okay, so what does that mean by page break? So for example, after this statement, you want to insert another page. Okay, you want this complete thing to be on one page, and whatever is after prepared by, you want it to be in a new page. Then what do you need to do? So we need to insert a page break. So how do you insert a page break? Go to the insert tab and click on pages, page break. So now what happens? Wherever we put the cursor, from that place, okay, all that content will be on a new page. Whatever is before the cursor will be on this page, and whatever we clicked, wherever we clicked on insert page break, the rest of the content will be on a new page. Okay, so now so we see that we have inserted our cursor here and we inserted page break also. So we have completed step number 13, but there is also step number 12 we missed, which was we have to so we finished step number 12, which is positioning our cursor before table of contents, and we inserted page break. Now the next thing is we want to position our cursor before this paragraph, means from here, from this position we want to insert a new page. Okay, so we table of contents, we want it in a separate page. So how do we do it? So we click here PYP 002 before this paragraph, and we click on insert page break. Okay, so this is how we add a new page in our document. Okay, so now what is the next thing? So we want to, so step number 13 this complete. We want to now change the column layout. Okay, we want to have multiple columns. So for example, which paragraph we want to select? We want to select the paragraph under the heading course description. Okay, so this is course description. Whatever is underneath course description before other heading starts, we want to select it. Okay, so how do you select a paragraph? Just double click and it will select the entire paragraph. Okay, and what do I want to do now? I want to make it 2 columns. So whenever I want to make this paragraph 2 columns, how do you do it? You simply go to the layout tab, and from here you can select the number of columns. So instead of 1 column, which is default, we will make it 2 columns. Now as you can see, as you must have seen in magazines and novels, now this paragraph is represented in 2 columns. Okay, so now step number 14 is complete. What is the next step? Now we want to select the items. Okay, now we want to make lists. We want to make a numbered list, and we also want to make a bulleted list. So first we select the items under course objectives. So what are the items under course objectives? So these are the items under course objectives. Okay, before software requirements, all these items are there. Again, how do we select it? We can just click here and we can drag it, or we can just drag it like this. Okay, so whatever is comfortable to you, you can use that method. Okay, so after selecting it, what do we want to do? We want to make it as numbering. Okay, we want to make it a numbered list. So I will go to my home tab, and from my home tab I will select on the 1 to 3 numbering option. Okay, so this will allow you to create a numbered list. So for example, if I don't want 1 to 3, I want ABC, I will just select ABC from here. Okay, so for my example, I will just use 1 to 3. Okay, so now this is how I made a numbered list. What is the second thing? So whatever is there under software requirements, all these items, I want to make it a bulleted list. So how do you make a bulleted list? By just selecting the items and clicking here. Okay, so here by default I will use filled circle. If I want an open circle, I will use this option. If I want a rhombus, I will use this option. Okay, so again it depends. If in exam I am asking you a particular style, then select that particular style. Okay, if you want to change it, you can just, after selecting it, make sure you just change it like this. Okay, so any of the way is fine. So for now I will select this option. Okay, let's stick with this one. And so now step number 16 is complete. What is the next step? So now I want to use styles. So as we discussed in the class, these are how you use styles. Okay, so there are different styles that are available, and if you want to apply a particular style in all places in your document, then you can use these ready-made styles. Okay, so if you want to apply a particular style, so these are the options that are available. You can create your own style also. Okay, but for this example, this particular exercise, we will try to use the existing styles. So what is the first thing we want to do? First, we want to select the paragraph PYP002. Okay, this paragraph I want to select. Okay, so how do I select? I'll just click here. If I double click also, it means the same thing because it is just one line. Okay, entire paragraph will be selected. So now I will apply the style heading 1. So where is heading 1? So let me zoom out a bit. So here I have the heading 1. Okay, for this paragraph here I have, where I have heading 1, I have heading 1 here. So I will select heading 1. Okay, so I have applied the style heading 1 to this paragraph PYP002 computer science 1. So what is the next thing? I want to now select 4 paragraphs. What are the 4 paragraphs? So these headings: course description, textbook, course objectives, and software requirement. So all of them I want to select and apply the style heading 2. So when you have multiple paragraphs which are there in different positions, okay, when you have multiple text which is there in separate positions, how do you select them? You select them by using the control key. So first I'll select this, I'll press on control, now I'll click here, and finally I'll click here. Okay, I can select this way also, anything, so any way is fine. Okay, so after selecting these headings, what will I do? I will apply all of them the heading style heading 2. Okay, the style heading 2. So where is heading 2? I will search here and I will select this option. Okay, so now this step is complete. So now what I need to do is I want to apply a header. Okay, see this, I have made this document, so I want to now have my name on all the pages in the top. So how I can do it? So I will just go to the insert tab, click on header, and from here whatever style you want you can select. Okay, for in exam if I am asking you on the top, on the left side, then select this style. If I am selecting name here or your ID in the middle and section number on the right side, then select this option. Okay, so any of the styles based on your requirement, select them. Okay, whatever your requirement is, according to that select your header. Okay, so I will select this and I will try to type it. Okay, so let's type my name. Okay, so I will type my name. All right, and I will type my ID 1 2 3 4 5. So now in the next line, what is it saying? In the next line, and I want my section number also. So I will press enter here and I will type, let's say PR XX. Okay, so whatever your section number is, write your section number here. Okay, so now I will click on close. So now what happens? Now this header will be applied on all the pages. As you can see here, on every single page in my document, this header has been applied. Okay, so now step number 19 is complete. What is the next thing? So at the bottom of my page, at the bottom of every page, I also want a page number. Okay, so I want a page number like we see here. I want a page number there also. Okay, so like page 5 of 5, like that I want it. So total I have 3 pages. So this page should be page 1 of 2, page 2 of 3, 1 of 3, page 2 of 3, and page 3 of 3. So like that I want page numbers inside my document. So how do you add page numbers at the bottom of your page? So again, go to insert tab, click on page number, and where do you want it? You want it in the bottom, in the middle. Okay, so you can select these options. And how do I want it? I want it in this style, page 1 of 1, page 2, page 2 of 2. Okay, like that I want. So I will select this option. So now what happens? How many page numbers are there? You will have a total page and which page you are. Okay, so if you are in page 1, it will show you page 1. If you are in page 2, it will show you page 2. Okay, if you are in the last page, it will show you page 3. Okay, so if I close this, what happens? Now every single page has a page number and the total number of pages. Okay, total number of pages is 3, and right now if I am here, it will show you page 1 of 3, page 2 of 3. Okay, so that's how you can insert page numbers inside your document. Okay, so this is what is the concept of header and footer. So now what is the next thing? So now I want to insert a footnote. So let's say we have uploaded our document on the internet and people from all over the world are reading our document. So whoever is reading our document, they might not be aware of the word Hafr al-Batin. Okay, we know that it is a city inside the Saudi Arabia, but we want everybody else to know that it is a city in the eastern province of Saudi Arabia. So what we can do is, wherever you have the word, just click beside it at the end of it, and from here go to references tab, okay, and insert footnote. Okay, so here I will type a city in the eastern province, okay, eastern province, the beautiful kingdom of VR. Okay, so now if you click away, see now that footnote has been inserted. So whoever is here, if he takes the cursor here, he will be able to see the meaning. Okay, even if he clicks here, then what happens? It will directly take me to the place where it will show you the meaning. Okay, so this is the advantage of having footnotes. Okay, so now the next thing we will see is we want to insert pictures and tables. Okay, so first, after the paragraph PYP 002, okay, syllabus for PYP 002, what do we want to do? We want to insert a picture. Okay, so I will just remove the underline. Okay, and here I want to insert a picture. So any picture that is available on my computer, and I want to change the height to 6 centimeter. So how do I change the height to 6 centimeter? So let's see. So I will click on insert, okay, pictures. From the pictures tab, I will select, I'll go to desktop, okay, and I'll select the picture. Okay, so I have a university image, so I will select it and click on insert. See now what happens? Now at this position, this picture has been inserted. So again, how did I do it? I have made sure my cursor is here after syllabus of PYP 002. In this position, I will click on insert pictures, from snip, I will select campus. Okay, click on insert. Okay, so now half we have done. Okay, right now it is in the center. As you can see, it is already center aligned. What is the next thing? I want to change its height. So how do I change its height? See, whenever you select a picture, you will see these circles. Okay, that means you are able to change its size. But if you select it, there is also another tab which will be seen. Okay, so as you see here, see, if I click here, you don't see these are the tabs, but if you click on this picture, there is a new tab that is coming. Okay, so what is that? That is nothing but the picture formatting. Okay, it will allow you to change how your picture looks. Okay, so you can apply different styles, different styles here. Okay, so in addition to those styles, what else you can do is you can change the size. Okay, so if you click on this button, this dialog box, it will allow you to enter whatever height you want. Okay, so here underneath the height section, I will type 6 centimeter. Okay, make sure you write centimeter. That is very, very important. So now I will click on OK. So now what happens? Now this picture has been formatted as with a height of 6 centimeter. Okay, so now let me just resize it. So now this step is complete. Step number 22. What is the next thing? We want to insert a table of 2 columns and 3 rows. Okay, where do you want to insert it? After the paragraph prepared by. After this, I want to insert a table. So first and foremost, I will remove the underline. Okay, so I don't want a table with the underline. So now here I will insert a table of how many columns? 2 columns and 3 rows. Okay, so how do you insert a table? Go to the insert tab, click on table, click on insert table. So here it will allow you how many number of columns I want. So I want just 2 columns. I will reduce it here. Okay, so this is where we can increase or reduce. But if you want to type it manually, you can do that also. Okay, so I will just remove it and type manually 3. So if I click on OK, so now we see that a new table with 3 rows and 2 columns has been created. Okay, so these are columns. Whatever you see, this horizontal, this vertical portion is referred to as a column, and these horizontal portions are referred to as rows. Okay, we have these rows, 3 rows and 2 columns. Okay, so now what is in the first row, first column? What do we want? We want to write name. Okay, and section. See, if I click here, if I click on any cell, I am able to write whatever content I want. Okay, so each of these individual pieces will have different pieces of information. So here I will write name, here I will write section, and here I will write ID. Okay, similarly I will write my name here. Okay, I will write my name and my section, let's say PRXX, and my ID I will write it as 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so now what is the next thing? So I want to change the format of this table. Okay, so how do you change the format? So you can just select this table okay, and here you can change the format, okay. I'll make it Times New Roman, I'll make it 12. Again, how do I do it? I'll first select this, you see this cursor like an AM symbol, just click here and then you will be able to change you can change it from here also. After selecting, you can change from here also, okay. So I will select it, I will change from this way, okay. So I will select 12, and what else do I want? I want the color to be automatic, okay. This color should be automatic, that is black color, okay. So now also again make it a habit, so whenever you are making change, make sure to save it again and again, okay, so that you don't lose your work in case the power goes off, okay. So now this step is complete. So what is the last step? So the last step is we want to position our cursor in any line after table of contents. So where is table of contents? My table of contents is here. So we want to, okay, we want to put our cursor in any line that is after table of contents. So here, okay, from here we want to generate table of contents. So how do you generate table of contents? So the easiest way is go to the references tab and click on table of contents, okay, and here see how many headings we have inside. We see that we have one main heading and two headings here, okay. So how do you generate a table of contents with two headings? You can just select this option here, okay, or you can select custom table of contents, okay. So if you click again, just place your cursor here, click on custom table of contents. Here you are able to select the levels, so select two levels from here because we have heading 1 and heading 2, okay, and format I want it to be formal, so I will select the formal format here, okay. Once I click on OK, see automatically whatever headings we have been inserted here. So if you click on, let's say I want to go to textbook, so if you click on control plus click, what will happen? It will directly take me to the textbook, okay. So you see my insertion point is before textbook. Now let's see if we click on software requirements. So if I press on control and click, see if I press on control, you see there is a click symbol coming, there is a hand symbol coming, okay. That means I'm able to click this. So if I click here, what happens? See now my cursor is before software requirements. So wherever you click, it will take me to that heading, okay. So with this we come to the end of this exercise, okay. So I hope it was an informative session, and please try to practice it on your own before coming for the Major 2 exam, okay. So best of luck students, and I will see you in the exam.